So it's a lot that I want to say in this video, but I'm going to try to keep it really simple and really short, and I'm going to move through each topic as quickly as possible. So today is January 16th, 2026. Happy Venusian Day. So ladies, when it comes to dark feminine energy, a man cannot teach you how to be a woman. So when you hear these dudes on social media and they're always talking about what it means to be a woman, what it means to be submissive, what it means to be, soft and feminine, they don't even know what they're talking about, because that's not the essence of actually a goddess. You know what I mean? Now, maybe their version of that is, and I would even argue the fact that those women aren't goddesses and they probably have given up their power in some sort of way or released their power to a man. But when it comes to real divine dark goddess energy, it don't work like that, right? And a lot of the times when you see these dudes, they're out here trying to talk to women, they have already gotten their talking points from women, right? So when I hear certain things, I'm already knowing, like, okay, he copied that from a woman. I just seen a woman do this 6-7 months ago. Now he's talking about it today. You know what I mean? So they know what to do to try to get women's attention. It's the same thing when it comes to being on social media, having these live panels, whether it's rage baiting or pretending like it's a safe space for women. They're going to have women inside of those quote unquote safe spaces when it comes to these lives, because they want to attract other women in. And this is the more darker side of it, because they're looking to gauge to see what type of woman that they want to deal with, right? And we can even go into narcissistic supply, men who are sociopathic in nature. They love to stalk women because they actually do not get real attention from women in their personal lives. So they will come on social media trying to target women. We can even use the sexual side of things, or predatory even, if you will, where their content is geared towards more sexualization. Now, there's a market for everything, cool, but most of the time they know that when it comes to women are going to have or drive in more of the traffic when it comes to like social media, because we're online, we're on social media, engaging with other people, whether it's makeup, hair, advice. So they're going to flip it and make it beneficial for them. So again, creating a safe space for women. If they're asking you information about yourself that is personal, you don't even need to be telling people your information. It's okay to, talk amongst people and share what you want. I get that. However, you should be really mindful, especially as a woman, what type of information you're giving. Because what a lot of the times with these dudes, they like to target women and they like to gauge those women to see, have you been traumatized before? What's your mental health status? All of those things you should not be giving away, right? All of your personal information, names, birthday, dates of, what has happened prior. All of those things should be kept private. And a lot of the time, these dudes, they are, again, they're creating these quote unquote safe spaces just to see what type of women they can attract. So even you may have dudes who have mods, female mods. And if a woman see another woman in the space, she's going to be like, oh, okay, I can go into that space too. Right? So you have to be really smart and you have to be really strategic. And you also have to understand the room that you're engaging. Just because the energy is this way today doesn't mean it's that way tomorrow. Pay attention to what people are saying. Pay attention to what the host of the room is saying, what they're engaging with. Pay attention to the people in the comments, right? Because what I like to do is I like to go into certain spaces just to see what's going on, right? Just to collect data, just to be like, oh, okay, that's what's going on over in this space. That's what's going on over in that space, right? And a lot of the times, women, when they feel safe, they give out information. Say if you're a woman and you're intoxicated and you just hop on social media and be like, oh, I'm feeling good, If a man asks you to get on camera, that's a red flag. Unless you want to get on camera and be like, yeah, hey, I'm chilling, I'm having a good time. Hey, how y'all doing? That's one thing. But if a man is constantly asking you to get on camera, pay attention to that. What's another thing? They're also going to use the fact that you might be the type of woman where you don't want to really engage with men, but you are in these spaces just to be a listening ear or to be quote unquote fair or balanced. They're going to use it against you. If you're speaking about certain things, if you're coming into the room saying certain things, they're going to always try to redirect what you're saying and make it more beneficial to men, right? Or what the ideals that a lot of people hold today when it comes to tradition, when it comes to what a woman should be, what she should be engaging with when it comes to her own autonomy, things like that. So just be mindful. Be mindful. Because a lot of people, they don't really see what's going on until it's too late, because they're believing that they're in a space or they're interacting with certain people and it's safe, probably because you guys are the same race, probably because you guys are interested in the same things. And most of the time, that's just not the case. When these dudes are getting on social media, whether it's them making content, whether it's them having live panels and discussions, their core audience are women. They're not really talking to other men like that unless they're trying to give out some sort of advice to manipulate women. But again, you don't have to show all of your cards. You don't have to go into these spaces being honest with these people, especially the men, right? You don't have to go into these spaces, expressing yourself like that. When I go into certain rooms, it's always a certain strategy that I have, and I have a set thing